What is good, guys, and welcome back to my second channel. Today I'm going to be talking about skateboarding and kicking off that topic on this channel, and I'm going to be talking about the setup that I have, which I'm currently riding. So I just want to fill you in with some information about my skateboarding. I've actually just had 12 months of just no skateboarding whatsoever. I literally didn't even stand on a board in that whole time because I was pursuing some running and really enjoying that. So I decided that the two probably don't mix too well. And that did actually turn out to be true because the last few weeks I've been trying to do both and I'm really feeling it in my legs. So yeah, I had 12 months off, and before that I was quite into kind of shape decks and bigger decks. I really like fishtail decks. I like the old 80s stuff, like the old Vision stuff and things like that. I've got a Heroin Egg deck, which was a lot of fun to skate. But what I've found is that when I've come back to skating from a year off, my legs just do not have the strength that they used to for skateboarding. Now, I found that pretty frustrating because I've been running for a year, so I thought I was going to come back even stronger than before, but it turns out that you either don't use the muscles that you use for skating when you're running, or skateboarding is just a lot more intense. It's probably the latter, to be honest. So yeah, had a year off, came back to skating, and I just couldn't skate the bigger decks. I just was really struggling. They were really kind of hurting my legs. I just didn't have the strength there to be able to flip them the way I wanted to and have the control over them. So I've decided to go down again, back to just a normal popsicle, and this is what I'm rocking at the moment. So this is my Crooked 8.25 deck. I think this design is called Flowers, I can't remember. And the cool thing about Crooked, if you didn't know, is that they're deluxe, and deluxe make decks for other companies as well. So Anti-Hero, Real, and there's another one as well, but I can't remember, possibly Deathwish, can't remember. But yeah, they all use the same press, the same shape. So if you do like a specific shape, say from Crooked like this, you have still got other options to skate other brands, and you're still going to get the same shape, dimensions, and deck and everything like that. So that's quite a cool thing to know. It also might be a good thing to know in case you wanted to change and then realize you just bought exactly the same deck. So yeah, deluxe distribution, if you wanted to look it up, they provide decks and distribute skate goods to a lot of different places as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case, that all of those decks are the same. So that's what I'm skating at the moment, an 8.25, and it actually feels really good. It's definitely much better for my legs right now while I'm building up strength again. And it just feels nice and nimble, lightweight. I'm not one of those people that gets really concerned about wheelbase and nose size and things like that. I just kind of get a deck and skate it and make it work. So yeah, I don't know the dimensions of everything. I think it's fairly standard, basically, fairly standard popsicle size, and it's pretty mellow as well. So on the top, I am using Mob Grip. I always just use Mob now. It's got the perforations when you're applying it, which means you don't get any air bubbles, which I really like. So that is what I've got on here. I'm just kind of used to the feel of it now, so I always tend to go for Mob. I used to go with Jessups, and now I've just Mob for no real reason other than I think I fancy giving it a try, and I've just stuck with it ever since. So Mob grip tape on the top, a little custom job with a line down the side as well. Wheel-wise, I am on Spitfire Formula 4s. Now, these are the Andy Allen signature model. I haven't really seen anyone else skating these. The reason why I got them is because I've really wanted some conicals, and when I went to buy some from a shop in Manchester, they didn't have just the Formula 4 full conicals, but they did have these, which they were like, these are the same shape. They're just the Andy Allen signature model. So I was like, okay, I'll just get those. So I think there were 53s when I got them. It should say on the back. Yep, there were 53. Now they're somewhere between 48 and 49. I've had these a very long time, and they've never flat spotted. They've been really, really good. They have chunked a bit at the side, so you do get some chunks coming off the side, but because I've had them that long, they've kind of worn in. So yeah, I really like the feel of these wheels, especially on concrete. They feel really, really nice on concrete parks, and they work on wood as well. They're not too hard that you're sliding around like Bambi on ice on wood as well. So they feel really good for that too. So that's the wheels, that's what I'm skating, and I don't really anticipate changing them anytime soon. I'm just gonna keep running these until something catastrophic happens to them and I can't actually physically use them anymore. Trucks wise, I've got Independence. I've always skated Independence. I've never tried any other company. These are 144 hollows. I really like the feel of the hollows, just a little bit lighter. I'm not exactly the strongest person in the world, so any weight saving that I can do with the skateboard, I really like that. So I've got the hollows, the 144s, and as you can see, that is the exact right size for an 8.25 deck. I think you could go a little bit wider or a little bit narrower, but yeah, 144s are the perfect size for an 8.25 if you're wondering. Bushings wise on my trucks, I don't mess around with those. I just use the stock orange ones that come with them. I have actually tried the Bones bushings, which are supposed to be like this game-changing thing. To be honest, I think they're a bit overhyped, and I know this sounds really weird, but I really hated the way they looked on my board. If you've ever tried them, you might know what I mean. They just don't look good when they're on your board. They look kind of like, I don't know, they just look a bit goony. So I've decided not to use those anymore, and I'm just on the standard bushings. I think they feel absolutely fine. I have no problems with them. Bearings are the one thing that I absolutely have no idea what's going on at the moment with this setup. I don't know what I've got in there. I don't know how long I've had them. I really have no idea what those bearings are. All I know is that I never go for like really expensive bearings. I don't like going with super fast bearings either. I don't like going fast because I'm not good enough really. So these will just be some cheapo thing. I think the most expensive bearings I ever tried were Big Balls. I can't remember who they're made by now, where you've got one less ball in the bearings, but they're all a little bit bigger. And they were just super fast. And yeah, just really didn't enjoy riding those. So these are just some bog standard crappy bearings. They're working absolutely fine. I've taken the caps off them because I like to have that kind of bearing sound. So yeah, that's it. That is my entire skateboard setup. That is what I'm planning on skating for the foreseeable future. I probably will fuck around with some shaped decks at some point and I'll do some content about that. But for now, I'm on what I'd probably call a very sort of standard vanilla setup. Nothing special about it whatsoever. And I'm really enjoying skating it. So if you're a skateboarder, I'd love to hear your setup below. What are you skating at the moment? And have you got any plans to try anything different? You might try a shaped deck or something like that. Any thoughts you've got related to this topic, let me know in the comments below. That is it for this one. So that's my setup. I'm about to go for a skate now. If I get any good clips, I'll be sure to put them at the end of the video. So you know if I've had a good session or not, depending on that. So signing out on this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back with more content on this channel very, very soon.